Hi everyone. We are in week 5, so halfway point. You guys are doing a great job. Couple of things. I do want to say that your annotated bibliographies, I forgot to mention this last week, you guys did an amazing job. I've been teaching this course for 5 years, at least 5 years, and you guys are the first ones who really nailed finding sources for your topics. So good job, everybody. I was really impressed. So keep up that good work. And this week we do have your midterm and you do have 2 discussions. For the discussions, we are going to be taking a look at agriculture. And with that, I am talking farming, I'm talking ranching. All of that is really starting to boom in the 1900s, early 1900s. World War I begins in 1914, and Colorado kind of becomes a key player in that agricultural production that our allies need during World War I. So this is really going to help Colorado experience an economic boom, and it's going to carry over into the 1920s, as we will see next week when we get to that era. But for now, we really do see a huge increase in farming and agricultural activities. You're also going to be taking a look this week at the diverse population within the state. I'm talking women, Hispanics, African Americans, the Chinese Americans, all the immigrant groups that call Colorado home, and they're all going to experience Colorado differently and their interactions with other people. It really sets the stage for the emergence or reemergence of the KKK again in the 1920s, and we'll be taking a closer look at that next week. But this is going to kind of give you an introduction into that and why the KKK really calls Colorado home. So you'll be taking a key look at those different groups. Obviously, Colorado is the first state to give women the right to vote, so you'll be taking a look at that video about suffrage. You're also going to be looking at the access over water and the fight over water rights when it comes to agriculture. So definitely pay attention to both of those videos in this week's content. Your midterm is also due this week, your first big test. And hopefully you guys noticed the 2 hints that I've given already. I gave a hint to what could possibly be or something that's going to be on the midterm in week 3, and then last week in week 4 I gave you another hint. So if you missed those, definitely go back and take a look at those. I will give you 3 more hints. The first hint is take a look at the 3 key geographical regions of the state. It was mentioned early in the book, hint, hint. Women, that's all I'm going to say on that one. And then agriculture versus mining. For your midterm, you have 5 questions. And for those 5 questions, you need to write 2 to 3 paragraphs each for each of them. You will have 2 hours to complete your midterm. You only get 1 attempt. So make sure you have basically everything ready for you, and by your side, your book, your notes, anything that you think you may need to complete this midterm successfully. And let's see here, what else on the midterm? With the midterm, like I said, you get 2 hours. Do not wait until Monday, Monday night rather. If you start at 11 o'clock Monday night and midnight hits, it's going to close on you and you are not going to get a chance to finish it. So please make sure you plan accordingly to get that done. I highly recommend taking a look at this week's content, the chapters and the videos before you start it, because one of the questions does pertain to this week's content. When it comes to grading your midterms, I'm just looking at content. I'm not going to care about your spelling, your punctuation, your grammar. I don't mark off on the exams for that. So really focus on hitting those key points and answering those questions completely. When you open the midterm, all the instructions will be right there. So definitely read through those thoroughly before you get started. Um, and if you want to take a look at those instructions before you take the exam and email me any questions you might have, please do so. Like I said, you can complete it at any point this week, just as long as it's done by Monday at 11:59 p.m. I think that's it for this week. So I will be grading your discussions and your thesis and outlines this week and get those back to you by Friday night. So you guys can get started on your rough drafts, which we'll be doing a couple of weeks. And as for your rough drafts, I will be setting up that extra credit discussion for peer reviews next week as well. And I think that is it. Let me double check my list. Yep, that is it. So if you have any questions, please email me and I will answer them. And have a good week, everybody. Bye.